If you're educated, unemployed, and wondering why things are not adding up, you're not alone. Across India, millions of graduates are facing the same question. Why did doing everything right still leave them without a meaningful career? The truth is, we are in the middle of a major jobs crisis. Not the kind that makes headlines every few years, but a deep structural one that has been building quietly for over a decade. And it's beginning to show in every corner of the economy, from factories and IT companies to business schools and even small towns where people used to migrate for work. India had pinned its hopes on manufacturing as the next big engine of employment. Policymakers pushed schemes like PLI, the production linked incentive, believing that it would bring global manufacturers to India and create millions of jobs. But the math has not worked out. Reuters recently reported that India is scaling back the PLI scheme because the outcomes have fallen short. Manufacturing today does not need armies of workers. It needs robots, logistic networks, and high end supply chains. Even China, which was once the world's workshop, has seen automation eat into its labor advantage. This leaves India in a difficult spot. The traditional part of job creation, which was factories hiring by the thousands, that is disappearing. And on the white collar side, the storm looks just as fierce. IT companies that used to absorb millions of graduates are shrinking their branches. Automation, outsourcing within outsourcing, and the rise of AI tools have changed the demand for human work. Coding jobs that once felt secure are now competing with large language models that can do in minutes what once used to take days. Engineering colleges, which used to graduate and guarantee placements, are struggling to get even half of their students hired. In several institutions, the average salary offered is now lower than it was 5 years ago. A generation that was told to study hard and get a degree and life will take care of itself is discovering that the formula does not work anymore. If you're one of them, someone who's qualified, capable, and still unsure about where your career is going, this is not a reflection of your ability. It is a reflection of how the economy itself is changing. India produces more graduates than almost any other country on earth. Every year, around 10 lakh people with degrees enter the workforce looking for employment. But the simple truth is that the system cannot create that many jobs. Private companies are becoming more efficient, not more labor intensive. Government hiring is shrinking, and the informal sector, which still employs the majority, does not pay enough to sustain educated workers. This is what economists call a mismatch between aspiration and opportunity, or elite overproduction. People have the education, the ambition, and the hunger, but the system has no place to put them. That gap creates frustration, inequality, and eventually disillusionment. Now, it is easy to blame lack of skills, but that is only half true. Skills develop when there is an ecosystem that demands them. You cannot become an expert aerospace engineer when there is no aerospace industry hiring in your city. You can't become a great data scientist when there are no companies willing to pay for research. Skills and opportunities grow together. One feeds the other. When opportunity dies, skills will decay also. The bigger problem is cultural. We've been taught that success means being employed, having a company name on your visiting card, and a salary credited to your account at the end of every month. But what if the definition itself is outdated? It is time to expand how we think about work. Instead of focusing on getting a job, we need to start thinking about creating an income. That could come from multiple sources: part time consulting, online services, teaching, investing, or even small scale advisory work. The economy of the future will not revolve around employees and employers. It will revolve around individuals who can build value independently. This is where the idea of a portfolio career comes in. A portfolio career means that you don't rely on one job or one employer. Instead, you build a mix of skills and income streams that balance security with freedom. You might do research for a client, teach a course online, manage investments, and create digital products, all under your own name. Each of those may start small, but together they create resilience. The beauty of a portfolio career is that it grows with you. When one stream slows down, another can pick up. It is not about hustling endlessly. It is about designing a career that does not collapse if one door closes. In many developed economies, this is already the norm. Freelancers, consultants, educators, and creators all form part of a new class of independent professionals. India is moving there faster than we think. And the tools to build that kind of independence already exist. You can collect payments instantly with UPI, reach audiences through YouTube, and use AI for design, communication, and research. You don't need to be a tech founder or a social media influencer. You just need to start treating your knowledge as a product that can serve others. That's the mindset behind solopreneurship, the one person business model. I've seen firsthand how this works in finance. After a decade of work in investment banking, I realized that the world no longer rewards you for clocking in hours. It rewards you for solving problems efficiently and credibly. That realization led me to build an ISM gym, where I train people to become licensed professionals, SEBI-registered investment advisors, and research analysts. These are not academic titles. They are gateways to running your own independent financial practice. If you understand markets, you can analyze portfolios and communicate directly. You can start helping people make better financial decisions. You can charge for consultations, create model portfolios, or even build digital content around your expertise. You don't need an employer to do that. You just need credibility and compliance. And that is exactly what the NISM certification gives you. For example, if you take the NISM 10th or 10th B exam and register as an investment advisor, you can start providing advice to clients legally. If you complete the NISM 15th analyst certification, you can publish equity research or investment ideas under your own name. These are not theoretical options, they are regulated legal pathways to becoming self employed in finance. Thousands of professionals are already doing it. Some run small advisory firms, others operate completely online as one person businesses. That is what I call a portfolio career mindset in action. You're not waiting for someone to hire you, you're learning how to build something sustainable on your own terms. And once you've had that license, your career is not dependent on any company's budget cycle or HR policy. But independence does not stop with earning. It also extends to how you manage your money, because earning is only half the game. Investing is what truly creates freedom. Over the years, I've noticed that even educated professionals struggle with understanding how their portfolio is performing. They might have SIPs and insurance policies, but they rarely have a consolidated view of where they stand. To solve that, I've built a simple portfolio modeler tool. It lets you visualize your investments and see how different stock mixes affect your long term outcomes. It is built for ordinary investors who want clarity, and I'm giving it away for free. You can see the link to the modeler in the comments below. I'll share the link personally, and it's a small way to help you take control of your finances while you build your career. Because self employment without financial literacy is like sailing without a compass. The more control you have over your money, the more freedom you have in your decisions. You stop taking jobs just to pay bills, and you start choosing work because it aligns with your goals. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. The combination of automation, AI, and overeducation means that India's employment landscape will never look like it did 20 years ago. Most people will not work in traditional corporate roles for 30 years straight. The new normal will be fluid, part employment, part entrepreneurship, and part investing. And that is not necessarily a bad news. It is uncomfortable, yes, but it also democratizes opportunity. You don't need to be born into privilege or have connections to build something. With the right skills and tools, anyone can create a niche. A financial planner in Patna, a research analyst in Indore, or a personal finance YouTuber in Kochi, all of them can thrive if they learn to package their knowledge effectively. The challenge is to move from theory to execution. We have enough degrees, but we need now our licenses, clients, and results. That is where learning platforms like NISM Gym come in. They give you structure, community, and credibility to take that leap. I often tell students and young professionals that don't just chase job security, chase skill security. The economy will keep changing, but skills that generate trust and income will never go out of demand. And when you add compliance and ethical practices to that, you become bulletproof. Imagine this. You start your RIA journey, you build a small base of clients, and share insights on Telegram or YouTube. You use the portfolio modeler to show people how your investments could have grown, and slowly your brand becomes synonymous with clarity and honesty in finance. That is not a dream, that is a real business model, a business of one powered by credibility. That's the kind of transformation India needs. Millions of small independent professionals building real value. Because if everyone waits for a job, we'll all be waiting forever. But if everyone starts building something, the economy itself transforms. We are entering a phase where the definition of career will change completely. The idea of having one job for life will fade. The winners will be those who can constantly earn, learn, reinvent, and adapt. Whether it is through NISM courses or any other specialized training, the goal is the same. Take charge of your earning potential. So, what can you do today? Start small, explore one area where your knowledge can solve a problem for others. Maybe it's personal finance, maybe it's career guidance, maybe it's market research. Learn how to formalize it, get certified, and put yourself out there. You don't need to quit your job or wait for funding. Just start building your independent path. If you want to learn the frameworks, you can check out my NISM 10th A, 10th B, and 15th courses on nismgym.com. I hope this was useful. If you found it useful, please share it with one more friend and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. The link to the Telegram group is also in the description. Join it so that we can discuss things like careers and finances in more detail. And if you are interested in buying a course, go to the NISM Gym website. The link is in the comments. Thank you so much and see you next time.